Hi everyone, so very happy to have the legend Ray Winston here with me. How you doing, Ray?
I'm very well, how are you?
Good, thank you. I think last time we didn't meet, but I think you were at the James Toney fight, weren't you? Or did you go to the...
No, I'm not James Toney fight. Do you know what? I forget the last time I went to the fight.
Yeah.
I watch it a lot on telly now because it's very rarely I'm home in the country, which is a shame in a lot of ways because I used to love a night of fight. I used to love York Hall.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
you boxed there?
Well, I boxed there about 13 times, you know. But the atmosphere there has always been it for me. And obviously I had the nights at Wembley and places like that.
Yeah.
But very rarely now do I get to the fights, you know.
Well, we're here to support the amateur boxing as well because I was a super heavyweight amateur finalist. Ray was 3 times.
London, I won the Londons and ABCs at all different weights. Got to the finals of the Britons, but broke my finger in the semis, so I couldn't box in the final.
Junior champion as well?
No, never won a championship, but I got close and enjoyed it, you know. I enjoyed the sport, enjoyed the boxing, you know.
Was it 88 fights?
88 fights, 80 wins.
That's a good record, isn't it?
Ain't bad, is it?
So you could have gone pro then?
Yeah. Well, no, I never wanted to go pro. I kind of knew I wasn't good enough. You know?
Do you think?
I think there's something inside a fighter who's going to turn pro. You got to have something a little bit special, a little bit of a gift, you know, and got to want it and need it, I guess, you know. There's a hunger for it.
Didn't you beat, though, Dennis Andrews, I got told?
No.
Oh, didn't?
Someone else did that. No,
that's the same bloke.
No, yeah. No, I didn't beat Dennis. No, in fact, he could punch him.
Yeah.
I'm glad I never boxed him, actually.
Yeah.
Because if you knew it.
I'll tell you who sparred him, a mate of ours, Ricky Grover.
Yeah, Ricky Grover.
Yeah. Ricky Grover.
Ricky was handy.
Did very well. Yeah. I sparred Ricky as well.
Yeah.
And Ricky had a good spar with him.
Yeah.
He told me what happened. He's very humble, Ricky.
Yeah,
but he did well.
Well, boxers
did well.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Most boxers are. I mean, some of the stuff you see on the telly now where they're renting on and doing all this business, it's all show business. Because really, it's very rarely you'll meet a fighter you'll dislike. Absolutely.
Occasionally you've got the ones like Muhammad Ali, Tyson Fury,
it's all show.
It's show.
I don't think we actually need it.
No.
You know, because when you end up seeing a fight like the fight the other night with Fury and us, the boxing kind of does its talking.
It talks for itself.
And I think actually some of the bad talking actually puts a little bit of a stain on it.
Well, that week was a bit of a downer when it's some of it.
I don't like it.
There's no need for some of the stuff.
I mean, I'm old school. Respect the man, obviously.
Yeah, I don't agree with name calling people.
No, not at all.
That's why Usyk, I know Usyk to me is a good champion. He's a good role model.
Yeah.
And Tyson Fury was a good champion, did a lot for mental health and did a lot for...
Listen, he's a wonderful fighter, but I think he needed that fight was so close the other night. I thought I had Fury first 6 rounds. And it was only the 10-8 that made it a draw for me. I mean, I'm watching it on TV, don't forget. But I would have to say that Fury never won the fight.
Yeah.
If I was going to give it to anyone, it would have been Usyk. And I think the nose damage done Fury a bit. I don't think he can breathe. You know, all this clowning around. When you've got a fighter like Usyk opposite you, you've got to concentrate on what you're doing.
He's too quick.
You cannot play around. You can't showboat. Get in and do your business.
Yeah.
You know.
He did showboat, but do you reckon that was to try and look like he was winning rounds?
It's wrong. He got caught hit on the chin. They're both too good, really. They're both great.
They're the best of our generation. So, yeah. Now we know that it was Usyk.
Yeah.
Deservedly so. I agree as well. Who was your favourite fighter of all time, Ray?
I used to like Sugar Ray Robinson. Watching old films of him, I thought it was class. Leonard. Yeah. You know, it's so many back in the old days that you used to watch. You know, I'm old enough to remember some of them. You know?
Do you like Mike Tyson's
Yeah, I do. But you know, I suppose I like the craft of it.
You prefer the skilled?
Yeah, I think so. That's kind of what I.
It was
immense who could knock someone out going away with me.
Joe Lewis and all them.
Yeah, I mean, fighters. Then there was Mosiano.
Yeah.
I mean, Mosiano's a blown-up middleweight, really. You know, you look at the size of him today. But, you know,
he was 13 stone.
Fighter, you know.
I was just talking to Eddie Richardson. Eddie Richardson said that when Marciano came over in the 60s, he met him a few times.
Yeah, right.
And we have to talk about acting.
Yeah.
What's your favourite movie that you've been in, and who's your favourite actor?
Oh, there's a few.
What are you most proud of?
I guess Sexy Beast is a good film. Nil by Mouth is a good film.
What acting opposite?
Ben. I mean, he's a man who played Gandhi and then comes to play as a psychopath.
It's amazing.
I mean, that's the diversity of it. You know, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Ray, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, son. Thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope it does raise awareness for the amateur
I
boxing.
think he will.
And
It's in good hands with these two boys. Isn't
it is, yeah.
They're doing what they're doing. You know?
yeah, brilliant. Well done. Thank you, Mickey, as well.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ray. Do me a favour.
Yeah, hello, babe.
Oh, yeah. Really good.
Hi everyone, so that was a quick interview with Ray Winston. Now, also Eddie Richardson was sat on the table next to ours, but he came over and sat next to us on our table with his friend Greg Powell, who's the son of Nosha Powell. So I was lucky enough to chat with Eddie and Greg throughout the day, which was great. I'd spoken to Eddie recently on the phone, but it was almost exactly 5 years ago to the day since I last saw Eddie. That was at his party in Soho, I think, for his book launch. So we spoke a lot throughout the day about all kinds of stuff. He told me about the situation he had with Freddie Foreman at Tommy Wiseby's funeral, which was covered in the national press, but I don't think they gave a reason as to what had happened, but we spoke of that. He told me about his artwork, and then he got his phone out and showed me some of the paintings that he'd done, which I've got to say are pretty impressive. I'll put a link up to his gallery in the description, but you can Google Eddie Richardson art and you'll find it there. Really nice paintings as well. We spoke about Bill the Bomb, who Eddie really liked, and he'd actually seen Bill have a few tear-ups as well, which was interesting to hear. He had a great story about Cliff Fields that made us laugh. He said that Cliff Fields was coming to do the door at one of his clubs, I think back in the 70s or 80s. And Cliff turned up and he was wearing a sort of jacket that wasn't suitable for the club. I think it was a sort of working jacket that you'd work in the day in. So Eddie said he gave Cliff some money to go and get a brand new suit so that he could come to work that evening in a nice suit. But anyway, he said Cliff came back later on, still wearing the same jacket. And Eddie Richardson said to him, where's the suit that I gave you the money for? And Cliff said, yeah, I got it, but I just want to save it for best. So that made us laugh, which was good. We spoke about Lenny and Roy, Lenny McLean and Roy Shaw as well. Eddie also showed me that famous picture of the football team that they used to have, which I've seen in the book before, the one including Frankie Fraser, Albert Dimes, Stanley Baker and Eddie. But it was just great to be sitting there chatting with Eddie and Greg Powell, Kenny Collins and all the lads. A really, really good day, all for a good cause as well, with Ray Winston there at the front, just to raise awareness for the amateur boxing gyms, keep the amateur boxing gyms alive. MC John McDonnell did a great job hosting. And I was lucky enough to get a little shout out from John, because John MC'd a couple of my fights actually, the Anthony Joshua fight and I think the James Toney fight. So we had a brief chat about that, and it was nice of him to give me a shout out at such a big event. And yeah, totally enjoyed it, and there'll be more to come. So hopefully I'll see a lot of you at the next event, because there will be more. I look forward to seeing you all. Now, Eddie actually did agree to do a quick interview, but sadly we didn't manage to do it as the day went on. It was great to chat with him, hear so many stories from the old days. Greg Powell had some amazing stories as well, photos of his film work and stunt work. He's been in so many films over the years and been a stunt coordinator at Pinewood Studios, and yeah, it was amazing. Kenny Collins as well was great as always, one of the infamous Hatton Garden robbers. Kenny's also got some great stories going back a long time as well, and I always get on well with Kenny when we bump into each other. I've got to give a big shout out to AD, Mo, Daryl, Mickey Cantwell, and all of the Boxing Board of Control lads as well. It was brilliant. And thank you to everyone who came over to say hi and have pictures taken and everything like that. So yeah, it was a nice way to start the week. Me and Katie went over to Soho afterwards, popped into a couple of bars in Soho, and then we got the train home later on that evening. So yeah, it was a lovely evening. Thank you for watching, everyone. I always appreciate your support. Thank you for the comments, the likes and the shares. It means the world. Without your support, obviously I wouldn't have the channel. And if you haven't subscribed and you enjoy the content, please do. It's free and it really helps the channel. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Nice one, thank you.